Let me send out some invites. This energy on my crown is like okay, I think I'm done. I'm done, guys. Hey, hey. I don't know, I've been moved recently to begin putting like, I don't know, sacred geometry on my skin and on my face, and I'll be lit. So that's what this is. That's what this is. Hey, hey, is it Siomata? Siomata? Is that how it's pronounced? Mocha, Lady Sampson, Valerie Foster, Terrence, Kimberly, Ra Mogul, Kalima Elder. Hey guys. Kalima, was it you that asked me for the information on the Astro Wealth numerologist that I'll be posting? I was trying to remember. Um, but let me know and I'll remember to send it. Anyways, guys, um, it is a super amount of energy hitting the earth right now. Like for real. You people are either experiencing like literal waves and washes of bliss, or it's edginess, right? It's edginess and lots of high emotion, right? It's a lot of high emotion right now. Um, hey Nikki. Uh Lots of high emotion. So, right? It's gonna take sometimes, right? Or it's advisable, right? That we kind of pay attention to the fact that some people are going to be very, very emotional at this time and be kind of not in the realms of a lot of self-control, really. I mean, if it's not something that you're aware of, you know what I'm saying, and you practice, you could easily go overboard at this time. That's how much energy it is, right? Um, Usually, my energetic sensitivity, I feel like, like tingles. You know what I'm saying? Tingles, tingles. And now it's kind of like that light you see at the like a football stadium. That's what I feel over my crown. But so y'all know I'm a chanter. I love chant. Chant is very, very powerful, guys. It works on the subconscious. And I mean, it's super powerful. I've experienced certain things chanting that people would probably be like, "What?" But um, it's really, really powerful, extremely. So this is a chant that I wanted to share with you guys, right? That my sister Yanni just came on. I was literally just sharing it with her. And this is the chant, guys. Om Mani Padme Hum. Now, right before this post, I shared a video off of YouTube. Shit's lit. Super lit. Like before I knew it, like it hit the 37th mark and they added a bunch of those instruments and I was twerking to the mantra. Okay. Anyways, uh Om Mani Padme Hum. Now, I have this book called Sacred Sound, right? Discovering the myth and meaning of mantra and kirtan. And this book kind of just breaks down what some of the most popular chants are, the myths behind them, and so you know what I'm saying. I like to have a full understanding, understanding, overstanding of the energy it is that I'm calling forth. You know what I'm saying, and that's why I found this book to be super dope. So y'all, she did this so dope. The author's name is Alana Kaivela or Vala. And she did this so dope that I'm just gonna read it straight from the book. Like, ain't no need to even put no Jill on it. Like, she did this. Om Mani Padme Hum. Of all the mantras found within the Buddhist tradition, there is one that is said to be the source of ultimate freedom, moksha, from the cycles of life and the unavoidable perils of suffering. This chant is probably much older than we know, but it was first described as a powerful mantra in the Buddhist text from about the 4th century called the Karanduvaya Sutra. Karanduvaya Sutra. Bear with me. Whether said in the mind or out loud or written on scrolls inside great prayer wheels that allow the mantra to be set on the wind. Did y'all hear that? They wrote it on wheels so that when it turned, the mantra was set on the wind. That's some dope ass shit. Okay. This mantra contains the very heart of the Buddhist teachings. Om Mani Padme Hum. The jewel is in the lotus. Advice for chanting. Because this mantra is said to be the greatest mantra of the Buddhist tradition, it is appropriate for anyone seeking calmness of mind and transcendence. It embodies the spirit of the Bodhisattva, or one who seeks to become fully realized like the Buddha. It will help to direct the mind toward that aim, whether said out loud or silently as part of meditation practice. Now, if you say it a couple of times, what I feel is kind of like I don't know, like a tingling towards the back of the head. And then I begin to feel, I don't know, energy kind of doing this in the back. But Avalokiteshvara, enlightenment for all. This mantra is associated with Avalokiteshvara, whose name means the Supreme Lord who looks down. It's not that the Avalokiteshvara is looking down on us, but rather that he is looking down upon us. The Bodhisattva, as in one who has attained Buddhahood, achieved his enlightenment and ascended to the heavenly realm, but he made a vow to stay on the earthly plane until every single being had achieved a state of moksha or nirvana. Basically, this guy agreed to keep working and teaching until every creature, man, beast, and bug, realizes the true nature of the self, which is whole, complete, and perfect. That's a lot of work. Luckily, there's a way for us to help ourselves. Through chanting this mantra, we are recalibrated to a state where we can understand the true jewel in the lotus, which is said to be the sacred gem of true wisdom that is contained within the preciously folded lotus petals of the heart. The gleaming facets of our true nature shine outward from within to be readily accessed and understood by those who take the time to look. Avalokiteshvara did this while sitting upon a beach and meditating on the sounds of the ocean. In this way, he came to the question, what is form and what is emptiness? He realized, as famously said in the Buddhist Heart Sutra, that emptiness is form and form is emptiness. Emptiness in this case is the state that is completely without quality or fluctuation, known as sunyata. That, guys, is like kind of when you get that full emptying of yourself. Like you literally get the thoughts to stop. And I swear, it's like entering in this realm where you're like dipped in gold, silk, ether strands. It's amazing. Where was I? It is within emptiness that we come to know the nature of all things that are interconnected. Like the fabled net of Indra cast over all existence, every being exists at a jewel-laden juncture of the web. Each facet reflects outward from itself and shines the light of its true nature. From each junction, as in a room of mirrors in a funhouse, sometimes it is difficult to see anything but what we are reflecting back onto ourselves. This is karma, the self-limiting cycle of madness that keeps us bound to limiting beliefs and paradigms. When we can shift our perception so the mirrors are turned outward, we then reflect the truth of our Buddha nature. This shit gives me the feels. To everyone on the net. When this occurs, when we realize our own bodhisattva-ness, then the net is lifted a little, and that ascension pulls on the strings of the web, taking the rest of creation with it. So, as Avalokiteshvara works for the enlightenment of all beings, the most important thing that we can do is work towards our own spiritual elevation. By freeing ourselves from karma, by locating the gem of our self-reflecting awareness, we become more posts for others to attach to and be inspired by. By enlivening and enlightening ourselves, we take the whole world with us. Y'all tell me she didn't do that shit. She did that shit. Okay. And the mantra itself is literally like, oh my gosh, it's just a space of like superb clarity and love, and it's pretty amazing. So I wanted to share that with you guys. You know why? Because that, I think, is going to be my new mantra for 30 days. And especially now, because like I said, we've had a lot of grand trines recently, guys, like in the past 2 weeks. And when you look it up, it says that grand trines are generally rare, right? But this grand trine is a triangle that is created on basically a circular looking chart like the one behind me of the different celestial bodies that are in alignment to bring about certain manifestations, right? Yes, change the world by changing yourself, definitely, Farasha. And people, again, the way water affects, right? Water is a symbol at times of emotion. It can be symbolized for wealth as well. If you Google rich homes, you're going to see that all of these homes have running water in front of them. Grand Rising Skeet, how are you? So it is a time where either you can be focusing on your abundance and the fact that you definitely deserve and are connected to everything, anything that you want, you can have. Ask and ye shall receive, right? It is written, write it down. But again, because this is also symbolic of emotions and is affecting, it's going to definitely affect water signs, but being the fact that we are so much water, guys, we're not being, if you're not a water sign, you are not exempt from the possibility of getting caught up, right, in the thunderstorms that are coming through. So chant this to keep calm, like to keep clear in your clarity. And so when people are spazzing out, you're just gonna be like, Om Mani Padme Om. What's the problem? What's the matter? What you mad about? You big mad. What's the problem? They be big mad for real too. But again, that's like this separation that I feel like is happening, right? There are people who are descending into depths, guys. Like, I saw a video about a road rage incident, and this guy, like a simple like tap on the bumper, dude was outside Buddy's car, like ready to kill him. And it was so obviously not about the accident. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you tried to rear end me and my wife. And the wife was like outside the car, like, fuck wrong with you? It's cool. I'm good. Get back in the car. It's all right. And he's still like, get out, you pussy. Like, he was just gone. He was gone. He had been snatched by that frequency and he was gone. Right? So when they show him the video, it's going to be one of two things. It'll either be pride and he'll be like, oh, well, yeah, nigga was a pussy. Or he will accept the fact that, yo, these vaccinations have me fucked up for a second, and try to do something about that. And hopefully it's the latter. But you will see that some people are ascending. They are ascending into their greatness, right? The possibilities and understanding what this energy is and using it for what it is. Right? And there are some people who are going to be descending. Every time you talk to their ass, they're going to be in a complaint. You the architect. You the architect, my nigga. So whatever is being built, you help build it. Now what? If you don't like it, change it. If you don't like it, change it. It's that simple. And the universe literally is in full cosmic alignment right now to support you in that change, right? But it's about releasing at this moment. That's what I feel like, how people put messages in a bottle, right? And put it over the ocean. They release a message. You have to release the things that are in the space currently that are taking up the space so that you can make space for the new shit that you want to experience and feel, right? So my whole thing right about now, like, my sister Nikki is on here. Literally, guys, I take virtual tours with people. Okay, don't fuck around and call me from Africa. Everybody that requests me from Africa and jumps in my inbox knows I'd be like, send me some pictures. First quarter, uh, I'd be on virtual tours like crazy. And it's because, right, studies show that when people travel the world and things like that, their brains actually function and look differently. I think there are things that we need to understand, right, about the world and the way that people on a whole function that we can't do if we're just stuck in the same spot all the time, right? So it's kind of funny too. A lot of us, right, have been woke. I love this word, for quite a while, right? And some of us are experiencing loneliness. Dr. Charlie, you've been my sis, boo. I love you. And right, so there's a lot of people that are, I don't know, like kind of like feeling the loneliness, right? And and then you hear things like, I don't know, like, oh, that's it. I've da da da. And I'm like, have you traveled like the world yet? Or have you even left like your vicinity? You know what I'm saying? And they're like, nah. And I'm like, well, how the fuck is you making these judgments about people when you haven't met any percentage of people? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta travel the world, man. You gotta go look at things. And because, contrary to popular belief, guys, the information that applies to us, right, to the ones that are aware, is all over the world. It's all over the world. Like, we were raw every fucking where we went. So don't be resigned, to a certain logistics. When I think about travel, I'm not even resigned to earthly travel. Like, I take a virtual tour with my sis, and then I go astral travel if I feel like it. You are not resigned to shit you don't want to be resigned to. But the funny part about it, the key is that you are the one that is tying yourself, like you're keeping yourself leashed. You know what I'm saying? And you're leashed through your ideas, you're leashed through your beliefs. I can't leave because this, and these people really, really need me. And so you sit there bleeding out emotionally, energetically, physically. You bleeding the fuck out. Like, aren't you tired of bleeding out? Go live now. Go live now. Like, real shit, the universe is in so much super fucking support of you right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. And like, I don't know, I just be like overwhelmed with it. I be moved. I'm like, yo, the universe. I mean, to the point where I be looking to the side, like the universe is, I don't know, like separate and apart. And I'm like, universe, you're so fucking wrong. But that's what you gotta feel right now. You gotta feel like literally that excitement about how the fuck your life is getting ready to change because you are now in directing it. It's like when people write a book, right? You should kind of know how this book is gonna end, and that way you can gear it how you want to gear it. But some people are just waking up every day and it's like, I got up, I breathe, I brush my teeth, I go to work, I hate this job, so I complain and I fuss and I be upset. Then I become the page police on Facebook, that type of shit. Y'all go live. Live. Like, listen, it is what you say it is, right? So if you walk around with this terminology that, oh, this is a prison, right? And I do get it, right? Definitely, energetically, we are definitely suppressed, even within this flesh, right? But that's why you can practice things like tantra, chant, the microcosmic orbit, like learning how to circulate energy around the body, and you will experience, right? You will experience these frequencies where your aura expands and your energy feels free, like outside the body, literally, a frequency that is super, super high. Like you feel like a hot air balloon. You up high, you happy, you good. Like it ain't shit to bother you. You know what I'm saying? That shit's like down there. That is your Our Father prayer, guys. That is, um, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Like, this is your heaven and this is your hell, right? So, whatever the fuck it is you designing, that's what you getting, right? Now, Pete, it is actually easier, right? We do actually get programmed into a mindset of complaining and negativity and having that be the thing that we put the spotlight on, right? The reptilian brain actually functions that way. But it used to have a greater purpose. You know what I'm saying? When we was out in the jungle and shit, you had to be like, it might be a tiger behind that tree. You know what I'm saying? You had to be alert and aware like that, and that's why the energy would be, siphoned off to different parts of your thinking. But now that it's not so much that, I mean, we definitely experience, you know what I'm saying, updated versions of the Matrix's ability to bring danger. But again, you control that. The 11 laws of God states you have the power whether to protect or endanger yourself. So, I mean, again, like, you know what I'm saying? I've been having conversations with people lately, and you know what I'm saying? I let them know, look, at certain shit I don't experience anymore. Cause I'm not on that shit. I don't focus on it. Please stop assaulting my motherfucking senses. Don't send this shit to my inbox with a dog being like scalped or a child being abused. And it's not that I want to ignore it. That's not what happens. I send energy to certain things every day. Every day. But, right, what we take in, the visualizations that we have are super strong as fuck. Or else they would not be giving you visualizations all the fucking time. All the time. That's what it is. They want you to see. They want you to see. And then want to experience. Or put resistance to. That's what they want. Right? And the they is the elite. Right? The people that understand definitely energetically how this works and uses ceremonial rituals and movies and cartoons and shit all the time. All the time. The new theme, right? My brother Dwayne and I, and Monica and Aria were discussing this AM, right? About, it's just kind of funny. You can definitely see the themes if you pay attention, right? So, the Me Too, right? With women. Now, guys, look, I understand, right, that it's been so many accusations, one after the other, right? However, please be careful, right? We're just jumping on anybody's side off bat without knowing stories. And what's so funny is I more tend to see the women doing it, right? And I'm like, y'all, don't act like you don't know that we don't experience this shit. We experience this shit. For a long time, we have been objectified. We have been your fucking sex symbols. You know what I'm saying? It's sexualized through the TV. And then we out here running with Lilith energy that we haven't really also have learned to control right yet, right? And then we're demonized for it. So it's just something to be aware of. But anyways, let me see here. That is why seeing isn't. Yes, that's true, Monica, definitely. But right, so the theme right now, right, is the power, right? And feminine energy is on the rise. Ashe 13. It is on the rise, definitely. However, what they will do is kind of hold on to the skirt or the tail of an energy, right? Like, kind of like a shooting star, like a fin on the end of it, right? to try to catapult that energy where they want it to go. The strength that is coming up in women right now having to deal with feminine energy is the freeness of us understanding like what we really are. We are literally spirituality manifested, right? We are the circle, men are the square. This is why Masons, right? They have that symbol. I wish I printed it out, but the bottom turned like this, right, is a 90-degree angle, which is a square. And then this part up top represents a compass, and that's what you would use to draw a circle, right? So, and guys, this has a lot to do with too with why sometimes we within the different genders aren't understanding each other, right? Because women, our thoughts are literally our manifestation. We're curvier, we have curves. We are circular. It's different, you know what I'm saying? We got a circle. Right? Many circles. The womb, the yoni, right? But we're the circle. Whereas the man has more straight lines, right? His body even manifests straighter. And when you get that heart on, straight line, right? So, if our thinking, right, is boxy and linear, and someone else has a more curved way of thinking, if we're not willing to realize, right, that we can square the circle and circle the square, then you just gonna be on your box shit and I'm gonna be on my circle shit, and we not gonna ever be understanding each other. I literally told my homeboy the other night, I was like, that's your problem, y'all square no circle. but definitely though, right, it's about us learning to link the energies. So there's a show, right, coming out called Dietland, I think on FX. And what's so interesting is that this is a show apparently about women, right, coming together if they've experienced some type of I don't know, I guess issue with a man. It may have been a violent one, or it may have been them being scorned by a lover or something. They get together in groups and they go beat this nigga ass, right? And all the girls in the show are called Jennifer. And I've only seen the trailer, right? And the girl, she lifts her hair up in the end, and you can see that she's either tatted or marked Jennifer on the back of her neck. So my brother Dwayne sends me another movie that's about to be coming out called The Widows. Same thing. Women grabbing up guns, getting violent. I'm not saying that's something we're not supposed to do ever, but the issue is that we are coming over a hump, guys, right? And so patriarchy has been the leading energy for quite a while. And now that things are changing and that feminine energy is coming through, there is an old Gnostic story about the mother Leb, right? And her creating the son, the jackal. From a word though. I feel like this story is correlated to the Isis stealing Ra's sacred name story. But it talks basically about how the jackal, being made from words, is a master of words. And the jackal, being that it did not know that it had a creator, thought it was the creator. And all over the earth, it set itself up as the Most High. So when it finally did reunite with its mother and realized it did have a creator, it hated her. So some of us women are about to be experiencing the embodiment of the mother, of that feminine energy. And we are literally connected to some who will turn around and embody the jackal. It is what it is. He's going to hate the mother. There are some that are not going to be able to accept what the true binary of 0101 is. And we have to be cognizant of that. We need to be aware of that.
Call from not available.
This computer lady be getting on my nerves. Not available. Anyways. So with that being said, right, Sun Tzu says the best fighter is never angry. I'm reading up on my 33 strategies of war. There's ways to do things, guys. Like, really, if your energy physically can't best this person, it might not be the wisest thing to be trying to turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are other ways. Just because you're gonna see it. You're gonna see an uprising of it, at least for a little while, right? And then that feminine energy, that Kali, that Isis energy is gonna come through and bang and do what it does. It just is what it is. So in the meantime, right, we can be chanting or doing any of these spiritual practices that we have to keep ourselves calm and in our right minds, so that we stay present, so that we stay the driver. Driver, right? You got to be the driver. Because if you fuck around and blink out, like I keep saying, there's entities in the back in that double Dutch stance, and they be ready to jump in that ass and drive for a little while. They miss this shit. They miss physical touch. They miss sex and all that shit. What? They be sitting right there, ready, Eddie. Okay, it's what they want. So, and I like the only time I want to be driven, right, or that I'm cool with trance and things like that I experience is when I realize that these are benevolent and higher entities and energies. That's it. Like I can't fuck with that lower shit. All right, now I'm good. I did that enough. So, Om Mani Padme Hum. I actually posted a video, like I said right beforehand, of it for pronunciation and just to listen to it. I like to get it to a melody, right, in my head so that I can apply it, right? So if you're feeling, right, some edgy emotions, know that it's kind of like the energy that's around. What that is a signal, right? It's showing you the areas in your life that you are feeling that it is time to upgrade. So go ahead and upgrade. And, you know, if it's the ending of something, then try to allow that ending to be graceful, right? Because the universe moves, right? It's a pendulum, swings backward and forward. You too are an ebb and flow of energy. And it's the fight, guys. It's the resistance. That's the shit that's be giving you more to pain, right? It is what it is. If this specific relationship or location has expired, like, love it for what it has been and what it has taught you and gracefully move on. You can create the change or you can get rocked the fuck by the universe by the change. It's up to you. It's up to you. I got tired of being in that boat though. I was like, hold up. So now I look at the energies, right? And I assist them to point me and I create the change. Like I go with the flow all the time. I lost my paddling against the universe strength a little bit ago. And it's wonderful, guys. Like surrender is some real awesome shit. For real. We be doing all this fighting, but once you accept, right? Once you accept what is really going on and you decide that you're gonna work with it, the universe got some amazing experiences waiting for you. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. People are seeming to definitely be absorbing the energies of the positive aspect of what's coming through. So definitely, like, again, chant is very, very powerful, guys. I've literally experienced a chant with a friend on the phone, and I began to spin 360 degrees, like not alcoholic head spin. My body was spinning, and I realized that it was a lot. It was a lot about the science that we used to be into, guys, like vortex mathematics. Those steps on the floor ain't just steps on the floor. That's what I could tell you. Everything you do. So, okay, for any of us, right, that are coming from Christianity, peep, right? You are the mother and the father, right? You got masculine and feminine energy. Anything you doing is your Christ child. Whatever you put in your energy to, that's your baby. You are the mother and the father. You are both energies. And whatever you put forth, that's your baby. Are you trying to make a retarded child? I doubt it, right? So put forth the energy that you need so that you can make your dream is your baby. Like there's this girl, she rapping in Miami right now. I wish I knew her name. But she said her dream is her baby and she's taking custody. I was like, yes, I'm here for that shit all day. Everything that you're doing, that energy is some very powerful energy. And it can be whatever you say it should be. So apply that, guys. Whatever, like I said, ground psychically. Try to keep it cool about you, because all this water, motherfuckers is gonna be losing. They're gonna be losing it, right? They're going to be losing it. Some people, because these are things that I've put into practice over years span time, right? I remember too, like I was just telling my friend yesterday how, you get to like meditate and you good, you all on your like peaceful shit, you know what I'm saying? And you good for quite a bit. And then one day somebody says some shit to you and you like snap for all high hell. You snap for all high hell. And then sometimes you get this feeling like, damn, why was I affected like that? I shouldn't have been moved, right? And you start to kind of go in on yourself. It's cool. It's good. Like I said, it's a learning process. We are in ebb and flow. That pendulum swings backward and forwards. And now I'm just like, move the fuck out of the way of the pendulum then. Because I'm not going to always be in my Buddha mode. Some days I'm going to be like, fuck out my face mode. And it is what it is. So, oh well. But Om Mani Padme Hum has me in much more of a Buddha mode than the fuck up my face one. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, that really kind of is just fighting fire with fire, or adding the same energy that they were bringing. And like I said, I just have never seen firemen pull up and shoot fire at a house on fire. It's usually the opposite energy, right? And to me, it's becoming about the practice of how strong is my opposite energy, right? So it's becoming experimentational for me, because when somebody comes to me and I rah shit now, and I purposely put my voice in a way where I'm sending out a frequency to calm their ass down, and I'm speaking to the cells in their body, and they calm the fuck down, I'd be like, yeah. So you can beast in other ways. You ain't gotta always beast in the role, in the way that they taught you of watching the fucking Hulk, right? That you gotta beast that way. You beast mentally, beast through your brain. It's a lot that we gotta get up on, guys. It's a lot that certain of us are starting to realize, right? About implementing an application of what it is that we learning and what the purpose is for. And what that energy ends up awakening in you, and what you end up embodying, right? So be that. Whatever it is we out here hot about, being the page police about, whatever that energy is you telling somebody else they're supposed to bring, read it again, and then instead of you, put I. Okay, because that's the energy that you're supposed to be bringing, because that's what the fuck you seeing. That's what you want to do. We keep trying to make it like everybody is supposed to feel and be the same thing, and we are like a coral reef, right? They did this study and realized that the entire coral is connected, yet individually experiencing life. So you definitely are connected by like an overmind, right? You see certain specific people, they on the same shit. Certain people, all us is on sacred geometry right now, and study and trying to like strengthen the mind. And other people, you see they're on the same frequency too. It's just some low frequency shit. So I guess they're on an overmind too. I just don't feel like being on that low frequency shit, because that pulls low frequency shit. I got time. So Om Mani Padme Om, guys, super good energy. Be in a mode of gratitude. It is written. Write it down. I'm telling you. And be excited. Put your goals out there, guys. The universe is like, I got you right now. Wholeness and harmony, Tia. I see you. Ahmad, good day. Oshiri, make me faint. Kalima, RC. What happened, Mocha? Right, I'm telling the kids it's over. Find a new mom house. This girl dumb. um, Call me Mocha. You dumb as fuck. You about to leave the children? You ain't gonna leave the children, girl. They're gonna be right behind your ass. You ain't going nowhere. But you can astral travel though, and leave their ass and be in the same room with them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Like sometimes my children be talking to me and I be blink the fuck out. I come back like, oh, they're like, whoa, where were you? Mommy just came in off of a wave that turned into a mountain and I slid down it, and they be like, I'm like, yeah, let's go. So pretty soon we'll probably, I don't know, be all up in each other's astral fields and stuff. Whatever. It is whatever you say it is, guys. Like this shit does not have to be limited in no type of way. Literally none. You are not limited except for the limitations that you are applying to yourself. So you got to start looking at your conscious and your subconscious belief systems, right? Like, I was telling a sister yesterday, and I've said before, right? We got a lot of cliches, guys, especially when it comes to money, right? So, this is another book I'm reading. You are a badass at making money. Master the mindset of wealth. Because I realized, right, I got certain mindsets that is like fucked up. And I would realize it based on what my emotions were about money at times. We got cliches like, oh, when I get the money, I ain't finna let it change me. Fuck that. I'm definitely changing. You know why? Because there's certain mindsets that you have to maintain and sustain wealth. This is why some people, they win the lottery, 2 years later they broke. Because they ain't know what to do with that shit. And more than likely, they had a subconscious mindset that was like, I can't really be a good person anyways. So I look at money like it's my nigga. Not that it can replace a nigga. Don't come for me. Because this might be one of the fuck out your face days. No, I'm just playing. It's a money padme day. But right? I look at it like it's my nigga. Money, I love you. I love it every time you're around. I'm a magnet for you. We go together. We're perfect for each other. The fuck? Like, why am I gonna be telling myself subconscious beliefs that don't serve me? That shit makes no sense. So you gotta always review your beliefs, right? And so if you're in the mindset right now, victim stage, where you're like, nothing ever goes right for me and nobody loves me and well, the universe is gonna give you situations to reflect it. Cause you like that shit. So it's like, okay, it's gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. But if you're like, you know what, I'm on the frequency of the same shit that I'm attracting. So I'm good. I can sit back and chill and relax and just stay in alignment with this frequency and know that like it's about to be lit, about to be greater later. Then that's what it is. And I mean, I don't know. It just assists you to stop being fucking miserable. These people are miserable as shit. Getting away from people like them, trying to tell them, right? You know what though? Uh, that's definitely a stage that I was at, and now I'm not even so much about telling them anymore. I'm kind of just about observation, right? So some people like are noticing lately, like they going on complaining about their shit, and I'm there like, mm-hmm. Let me call you back. Okay. Or I really just ain't got much to say, right? Because it's about time that we stop throwing our pearls to swine, guys, right? So if every time you open up your mouth and motherfuckers is not appreciating that shit, let their ass drown. It is what it is. Like, let them drown. Fuck. Like, why am I gonna keep, and then you just gonna keep resisting it and making this be about some type of mental or verbal competition? And I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got, like, if I were to show y'all my book list, I ain't got time for it. And already, like, all day energy be having me like the chick from 300. So, I mean, I gotta rate my time properly. So, Om Mani Padme Om, that's definitely something uh, that I'm into right about now, like a spiritual boot camp, basically. Um, and what I realized, right, is that I'm working from. I had this thought this morning about this term, right? People be like, "Damn, I should have followed my first mind." Yeah, you should have. That's that instinct, right? That hunch, that gut feeling you get. That's your higher self, inside screaming at you, and um, that first mind can lead us, guys, and direct us right now in a digital world that's being run by the jackal. Again, a master of words. Whatever your view is, it seems to me that you can basically get on Google for the most part. If this is a mainstream kind of topic or thought, you can basically get on Google and find anything in support or in denial of, right? So at the end of the day, it's about using your God mind, the discernment that you are gifted with, and following what resonates with you. And then realizing that that might not always be the same shit for everybody, because everybody's at their own specific spot. We'll be like, no, this shit gotta resonate with you. One thing I've learned too, like trying to remove people's experiences, they don't respect you for that shit. Okay, let them go through what the fuck they gotta go through, and stay your ass out their karmic circle too. Cause sometimes you be jumping in there like super saving nigga, and then you get fucked up too, and it don't make no damn sense. Okay, like me, I had to get vibrational concussion after vibrational concussion, but look what it has done for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I wouldn't be able to say the shit that I say with the conviction that I'm saying it if I hadn't experienced it. I would just be talking out my neck. You know what I'm saying? Ego kills higher self. We need to crush that ego and follow intuition. Very true. Very true. But see, a lot of people think that ego is pride, and ego is much more than pride. It is the complete, like, physical avatar's identity that you have fused yourself with, or think that you primarily are. You know what I'm saying? In this matrix, in the hologram, I manifest as Jillian, right? But nigga, I'm not Jillian. Like, I'm an energy that has filled the vessel of Jillian. So it's whatever energy at the time, right? That Jillian's deciding to embody. That's what you getting, right? But all even the experiences, the things that I super remember are just like kind of like some downloaded holographic memory shit. It's not really what that is. You know what I'm saying? And so that's difficult. I put up a post yesterday about has anybody traveled to another country? And my sister Deborah Huff, she put up a picture, right? In Mexico. And what was so interesting is this statue, when you look at it, it has like a Mayan. He's kind of like in a crunch, right? And the head is off to the side, and there's a bowl on the stomach. And if you do some research on Mayan, and yes, I'm on vibrational concussions like a motherfucker. I was what used to be my favorite player when I watched football. Damn, that's how long I ain't been on that shit. But he was with the Steelers with the long ass hair. That nigga, that baby gonna be shaking like Ali. Kept leading all them damn tackles with his head like that. Anyways, Tahiro, hey. Right? But what that was, right, is that they understood. Remember, the Mayans are a culture of people that just was like, we about to get the fuck out of here. Like, one day, and I have it under opinion that they did it in couples, right? That I feel like that's how the Mayans did it. I feel like they had such interwoven understanding. Yes, he was Samoan, Calvin. And hey, Sapio. But right, they had such an understanding of the marriage of feminine and masculine energies, right? And I feel like they understood that they could embody those different energies and then union them together. And I feel like that's how they did it. It's like, you feel like leaving? Let's go. The way I feel energy pulling up through my crown, sometimes I'll be like, wait, not yet. I still got shit to do. But that technology, their technology was about learning how to manipulate the dream world, which has a lot of control, believe it or not, over this physical illusion Maya world. You know what I'm saying? And that the reason why they're looking to the side like that is it was a breathing technique. Keep trying to tell people like this avatar is fucking amazing, and it is literally meant to design to assist you in your ascension. It can also hinder you, but it's meant, right? It's meant to actually assist you. And so they would breathe in to a certain count one way and then turn their head and breathe out to a certain count the other way. And it helped to put them in a brain wave, in a brain state. But before this was done, they would actually sit with a mask for like 3 to 4 days in front of a mirror, right? Telling their life story. And the purpose of that was so that they could begin to disassociate their life with the ego self, the avatar, the physical body that they were in, right? So they're like it's the story of like Jillian, like Esther Hicks and shit. When she talks and she does her talk, she's like Esther was, and I always used to be like, why the fuck do people refer to themselves in the third person? And I always thought it was actually the opposite. And it can be. It can be some very egotistical shit, or it can be the fact that you're putting yourself mentally in the space to begin to disassociating it. So you see why, guys, sometimes it's very hard to discern people's intent, and we be out here like, oh, this motherfucker, da da da. More than likely, that's projection, and that's what you are. That's how that shit kind of works and rocks. You know what I'm saying? So this is why, like, I make it a practice. I make it a practice to see the best and the beautiful shit out of people, because then I in turn have it reflected the best and the beautiful shit about me, and then we connect on those levels. And they understand like I'm not coming at you to make you feel small, and then I don't experience that shit. And this is why I'm not on here snapping every day. It don't have to be in your realm if you don't want it to be in your realm. But if you're going to focus on the negativity in the realm all damn day, then I keep explaining to you that law of attraction is like a little gypsy woman, and she's stirring in this pot where you want to your life soup. And we like, I don't want I don't want chicken, onion, carrots. She like, what? You want chicken, onions, carrots? And she throw it all in there. Why the fuck are we talking about the shit that we don't want to have manifested? I keep asking this. And once we really, really understand how this law works, and that we each have our own literal access to it, and that you can't cut off my access, nigga, I can't cut off yours, then we ain't got no reason to be envious of each other, and we will stop being the fucking crabs in the barrel, in the bucket, and pulling other niggas down. And then all the crabs are gonna sit on one side of the bucket, and we're gonna push that shit over, and everybody gonna crawl out, and we're gonna go to the beach, and we're gonna live happily ever after, like the Little Mermaid. The shit is not that fucking difficult, and we need to stop making it. Okay? It is super natural. So, I followed my first mind this morning, right? I was outside and I'm doing my own Mani Padme Ohms. I'm in my vibrational party and shit, right? I'm feeling it. I stood up, guys. I promise you, I stood up on that grass. And when I stood up, I felt like I was having a motherfucking orgasm from the grass. And I was like, I'm here to testify about the Kundalini. That shit is amazing. Whew. I live a charmed life, guys. Talking to my ass. Hold up. Hold on. What happened? Nothing. We be like, are you? I'm sorry. Go ahead. It could be whatever it is. You like literally, it could be whatever you want it to be. But Kundalini is no joke. And guys, it is something that you have to attempt to raise, right? And be in control of. My friend Michael Wise, awesome and perfect last name, he said, Kundalini is likened to a snake because it is easy. Mocha, Lady Samson, I grew up with her. Yes, girl, still a mess. But right, he said that it is likened to a snake because it is easy to raise and hard to control. And guys, It is. Like, this thing can go up to your brain and you will get, literally, you will get downloads of genii shit. I just learned that word the other day, plural of genius. I've been saying geniuses for a long time. And that is apparently an acceptable form, but I love genii. Right? But uh it will give you literal downloads of genii shit. Like, it will literally send information to you. Again, I put the book down. I don't even read books in order. Okay? Like, I read them based on the feel of the day. When I go to a library, the book picks me. Literally, the sections, guys, there's energy that be flinging off of it, and if you center yourself enough and tune yourself, you'll feel like certain books pulling at your ass. And that's how I choose my books. Real shit. And by the way, the anime section in the fucking bookstore is lit as fuck. Though I pass by the anime section like, the fuck. Shit's lit. So I know that's where I gotta be next. Cause there's information in all this shit, guys. Like, for real. There's a lot of clues about the energy and what it is that we can access, and the things that they're showing you, the chemical reactions, right? Dragon Ball Z is tough. That shit tough. And they've always been showing you that humans got this psychic bubble around us, and we do. Science says it's called your heart energetic field. You feel it. This is like when you be in somebody's you know what I'm saying, you be chilling, whatever, and somebody walks up in y'all field and both y'all be like, the fuck? That's that energy, you know what I'm saying? And it done came up into your force field, and now both y'all like, fuck going on? You need to watch a couple of anime shows. I'm addicted to anime. I like to fall asleep to the soft, ambient sounds of anime. Real shit. Like, should be awesome. There's one called Reborn, and I can't access the rest of these shows. That just got me pissed off. Right? There's another one too called on YouTube. So this one's free, and it's called Mob Psycho 100. Yo, this shit's hilarious because to me it explains what's happening to a lot of people, right? Please, y'all, if y'all like anime, even if you don't, at the end of this, please just go watch a couple of episodes of Mob Psycho 100 because Buddy is like kind of denying his power, right? That's a lot of us. And every time something happens, he kind of internalizes it. You know what I'm saying? He's very kind of like passive aggressive, and that's a lot of us. I hate fucking passive aggressive behavior. Not people, but the behavior. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. What the fuck? Say what you need to say. God damn it. And don't be trying to say what you think is gonna cause the reaction that you think I was gonna have, because I will fuck around and surprise your ass every time. Get your feelings hurt. Fucking around. Anyways, he internalizes, right? He's passive aggressive, and so he keeps building up. And they show you, right? Like, some shit happens and he'd be like, oh, okay. And it should be like, beep. And it'll show you like 13%. And some shit keeps, watch Fist of the North Star. What's that on? What's that on, Tahiro? I was actually up like 4 o'clock in the morning watching Into the Badlands. Like, I'm just here for the fight scenes. That shit's like, whoa. They gets it in on those fight scenes. You can't do the anime? Okay. You missing out, man. I should be like, that's my classroom. That and nature, anime and nature are my motherfucking classrooms. But right, so Buddy keeps it keeps building up. Beep, beep. Then they show you like 67%. He get to 90%. Nigga, when he get to 100%, then nigga fucks shit up. Like, it don't even make any sense how he fucks it up. It'd be so funny though, because the build, you know what I'm saying? And it's and instead he just kind of like lets the stuff cycle through or whatever. He just be absorbing that shit. Stop absorbing that shit, guys. This is when y'all like, you know what I'm saying, beast up too much, and then you do some shit and go overboard and be like, fuck, I ain't mean to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that energy is very, very hard to control. There is a reason, right? We might want to get upset and angry, but guys, don't get upset about a store putting a monkey on a shirt. Let me explain to you why. again, this is a hologram of what you are, right? Now, a lot of us are familiar with Native Americans using totems, right? And on those totems were animals, right? And those were like those different energies. And I've begun to look at myself as a totem of these different energies. I've been having experiences where the energies of animals will literally communicate certain shit to me, and it's always some brilliant ass shit. Okay. And basically I will call up that energy that I need at the time. Now, certain schools of thought, right? They even did show like certain ascended beings, right, as a baboon. And the whole special thing about baboons is that they know how to find water holes in droughts, right? Also, even right, once King Kong beasted up, you'll notice he hits his thymus bone. By the way, you can do this if you need to gather power, right? It also works on your immune system. Like he wasn't just like that's some real shit. You can hit your thymus bone. It's interesting too that on Netflix right now they is all in love with the Monkey King. Everything is the Monkey King, right? So which is supposed to be the energy of the elder god Hanuman. They claim we got a monkey mind, right? But basically the Monkey King is named Wukong. King Kong, Monkey King, Wukong, King Kong. Like the whole thing about him, right, is that he masters the 70 transformations. Well, it just so happens that you've got 72 crystals in your third eye. This 72 been talked about forever. This 72 is the number of the sun. The 72 conspirators against Set. The first, old translation of the Bible, right? It's called the Septuagint. 70 scholars, 70 something another scholars. All of this shit, that's what I'm telling you. They will hide this shit in whatever they can hide it in, but technically the information has been out. So they have technically fulfilled the galactic law. So, sure. I'm gonna go get in the water, guys. That's basically all to it. Just try to stay up above the bullshit, guys. Om Mani Padme Hum. Like I said, I posted it one on my page. That shit's lit. Okay, it starts out and I'm like, okay, all right, 37th mark. I was straight twerking. What the fuck? Like this? Okay, that's that shit. Whatever. I just be doing and saying what the fuck spirit tells me to do. Okay. So I love you guys very, very much. Mocha, get up on some anime. Guess what? You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it. With your personality, you will love anime. Like for real. You just gotta find one with a good plot. And Mob Psycho 100. That's kind of how we was. So you might really, really like that one. You might want to start there. So guys, stay in tune. If people are spazzing out, try not to take that shit personally. Do not fuse with it. You are literally not just the avatar. Like the avatar is like your weapon here. You know what I'm saying? The avatar is your physical manifestation of the hologram. It's your weaponry. You are a weapon. Or you could be a clown. You know what I'm saying? But it's your choice. Clannad After Story. Is that the name of one, Ziamata? Clannad After Story. Love you too, Kalima. Wholeness and harmony, guys. For real, for real. Keep it together, okay? We round in the corner. Victory is ours. Love you. Later.